23 grossest things found in takeout food. 23. Not ketchup. Brianna Ralston headed over to a combination takeout outlet of KFC and Taco Bell and picked up some takeout for her and her daughter. When she arrived home and began tucking into her food, she noticed strange red smears all over the taco wrappers. Turns out those smears were blood, and an employee had cut his finger open while preparing their food and had leaked all over it. Good thing she noticed it before devouring it. 22. Sink your teeth into this. A certain McDonald's in Japan has found themselves in hot water a few times, and they have issued numerous apologies for odd objects found in their food, which included bits of plastic and, the worst one, a real tooth. 21. Extra protein. A poor kid got the shock of his life while enjoying his hash browns from McDonald's when he discovered a fried cockroach right in the middle of it. Luckily for the kid, he didn't begin eating the same side as the roach. 20. Bread matters. Well, this bread matter is a pretty serious one. I really can't explain it, but somehow a loaf of Hovis bread was baked with part of an oven glove inside. It looks more like hair to me. However, it was confirmed that the baker was fined 750 quid. 19. Considered a delicacy. Well, in some parts of the world, this would be considered a delicacy. However, Catherine Ortego wouldn't be agreeing with those parts of the world. It was with great horror that she discovered a deep-fried chicken head in her McDonald's nuggets in 2000. 18. A tiny prick caused a massive lawsuit. In 2001, a woman bit into her sandwich and felt a sharp prick in her cheek. She couldn't believe her eyes when she realized it was a hypodermic needle. She sued Burger King for $9 million and said she feared that she had caught AIDS because of it. 17. Comfort food. That would definitely include a good mac and cheese, but not so comfortable for a woman who swallowed a 1-inch nail, which was hiding inside her 79p macaroni and cheese from Tesco. She then discovered another nail inside the food. The product was recalled from all Tesco shelves. 16. Extra crunchy. Sweet treats for cockroaches is like moths and their flames. It's actually surprising we don't see more creepy crawlies turning up in our boiled sweets, especially since it's been reported that the average chocolate bar has 8 pieces of insects inside. 15. License to kill. At a warehouse called Costco, Olivia Chains was feeling peckish, so she bought herself a hot dog at the store. After a few bites, she felt something hard in her mouth and was really shocked to find a bullet. It got even worse, as later that night she had tummy pains and ended up going to hospital. Turns out she had swallowed another bullet. 14. In recent events, 19th September 2016, in Port Elizabeth, South Africa, a woman was on her phone when she heard her daughter scream in the kitchen. She rushed in to see what the matter was, only to find out that a mouse had burrowed its way into the bread, which is why it wasn't spotted when bought. She said she was just relieved they hadn't eaten any bread before noticing the mouse. 13. Finding treasure. Maybe the gold tooth that Terence Fitzgerald discovered in his Mars bar was worth a bit of money. At least that might have compensated slightly for biting into the thing in the first place. He says, unfortunately, there was still a bit of real tooth attached to it. 12. The cutting edge. Maybe the person who baked this roll thought he was doing the recipient a favor by placing a 6-inch serrated knife into the bread. Fortunately, the guy who bought it bit into the handle side and not the serrated side. 11. Back to the bread. A similar mouse and bread incident took place in the UK when a man was about to make his sandwich and found a mouse which had been baked inside the bread. Sadly for this guy, half the loaf had already been eaten. 10. Smoking hot. Chicken fried rice becomes cigarette fried rice when a woman in Kent discovered cigarette stumps in her takeout food. 9. Not just a messy eater. Parents in Brooklyn were feeding their baby some food out of a jar, and they noticed their baby was being more messy than usual. They then saw the baby was bleeding from the mouth and realized there were shards of glass inside the food. There were complaints from people from 30 states, and some states banned the food altogether. 8. Oh Oh, that's where it went. David Schneiding was eating at an Arby's and was tucking into his chicken sandwich when he noticed the meat felt a bit unusual. He reached inside his mouth to pull it out, only to discover it was a piece of human skin and even had a fingerprint on the end. The manager admitted to it and the establishment was sued. 7. Far from home. Pret A Manger was the guilty party this time when a New Yorker found a frog inside their salad. It's a new take on their homemade natural food. She felt pretty ill after the discovery, considering she had eaten half the salad already. 6. Dead Mouse. Not the music producer, unfortunately, but